If you've ever hit play and found yourself watching the same 10 seconds over and over and ended up wasting an hour, you're not alone. Most of the time, this is about workflow. So let's go through 10 common mistakes that absolutely kill your workflow in Resolve, because once you see them, you can fix them immediately. The first mistake is starting out an edit without a clear goal. This is one of those things that makes everything else harder. If you don't know what the video is trying to do, every cut turns into a question. You trim something, second guess it, and move it back and keep reshaping the same section because the video has no direction yet. Before you touch the timeline, decide the point. What's the promise? What should someone walk away with from this video? You don't need a perfect outline, just a clear target. Once you have that, every cut gets easier because there's one simple filter. Does this help the goal or not? The second mistake is watching the timeline over and over instead of making decisions. It feels productive, but it's a trap. You play, rewind, watch it again, and nothing actually changes. After a while, you're tired and the edit hasn't even moved forward. A simple rule helps here. Every time you press play, know what you're listening for. Pacing, clarity, energy, just one thing. If you can't name that decision yet, don't watch it. Don't hit play. Make the cut first, even if it's a rough one, then watch with purpose. The third mistake is avoiding trim edit mode and doing everything with annoying mouse cuts. This slows beginners down more than almost anything else. You zoom in, you drag the edges, you nudge clips, you zoom out, and then you repeat. It works, but it feels like you're editing with the parking brake on. Trim tools let you shape pacing without breaking the flow. You don't need to learn everything at once. Getting comfortable with even one or two trim behaviors can make editing feel dramatically faster and smoother. The fourth mistake is not using a consistent timeline layout. It sounds small, but it adds up fast. When every project is different, your brain wastes energy just figuring out where things go. Where's the talking head clip go? Where's the music? Where does the graphics live on the timeline? You end up scrolling and hunting, which quietly drains focus. Give yourself a default layout and stick to it. The exact tracks don't matter as much as consistency. A familiar timeline lets you focus on the decisions instead of the logistics. The fifth mistake is trying to solve structure, clarity, and polish at the same time. This is where edits really blow up. You cut a sentence, you tweak a little bit of the audio, you adjust the timing, you think about color, and then you rethink about the idea itself, all in the same moment. It feels efficient, but you are reopening decisions constantly. Editing gets faster when you separate it into passes. First, the structure, what it says and where it's going, then clarity, tighten it up for pacing and understanding, then the polish. This keeps you from perfecting things you might actually delete later. The sixth mistake is letting little problems pile up. You notice an awkward cut or an audio pop and you think, I'll fix it later. Then you notice 5 more. Eventually, the edit feels stressful because you're carrying on a mental list of issues the whole time you're editing. Either fix the obvious problems when you see them, add a marker, write a note, or do something intentional. Don't rely on memory. Your brain already has enough to manage. The seventh mistake is jumping between pages and tools without a clear reason. You cut for a minute, you jump to Fairlight, then you jump back and go to color and tweak something, and then you return to the edit tab. That context switching drains your energy fast, even if you don't notice it right away. Try to stay on one page per pass. If you're editing, stay on the edit page. If you're doing audio, then stay into Fairlight. One job at a time keeps the momentum high. The eighth mistake is re-editing the same section over and over instead of moving forward. This usually happens at the start of the timeline, the intro or the hook. It feels important, so you keep pushing it, right? And you polishing it, but the rest of the video never gets finished. Get it to good enough and keep moving. A lot of times the best intro or hook becomes obvious after the middle or the end of the edit is done. Forward progress matters more than early perfection. The ninth mistake is moving or renaming media mid-project without a plan. This is one of the fastest ways to kill confidence. You might come back later, half of your files are offline, and now you're troubleshooting instead of editing. Lock your folder structure once you start. If something has to move, do it intentionally and all at once. Media problems don't just cost time, they kill momentum and they frustrate you. All right, the 10th mistake is treating keyboard shortcuts like they're optional. If your decisions are solid, but everything feels slow, this is usually why. Clicking works, but it's exhausting. Shortcuts keep you in rhythm and you don't need hundreds of them. Pick a small set like cut, ripple, delete, trim, snapping, navigation, and commit to those for a full video. It'll feel awkward at first and then it clicks and suddenly everything moves faster without even thinking about it. All right, so the common thread here is structure. And when editing has an order, it moves faster. That's the idea behind the 3-hour edit system I teach inside Resolve School. The link is in the description below if you want the full workflow. And honestly, even fixing a couple of these mistakes will speed things up right away.